So this is our new topic, session number 3, formatting and sorting data. In this chapter we are going to study how we can format the data, means how can we change the look of our data, how can we change the color of the text, how can we make the text bold, how can we change the style of the number, or how can we sort our data. Sorting means arranging. So how can we arrange our data either in ascending order or descending order. Our first topic is 3.1, Introduction. This software spreadsheet which we are studying is one of the most important software used today. When Apple, the company that was making Macintosh computers, nowadays this company is making mobile phones also, that time in 1980s this company was making computers. So when Apple company, which was manufacturing Macintosh computers, and IBM company, which was also manufacturing personal computers, PC, first started to sell microcomputers. Microcomputers they were selling to tech enthusiasts. Now they wanted the other people in business or in market to start using these PC or personal computer. So for that they needed what was called a killer software, a software that will be able to persuade the people to buy the product. So they needed what was called a killer software in order to market their product, in order to sell their product. And this killer software was spreadsheet. That time the spreadsheet software that was used in Macintosh and IBM was VisiCalc. It stands for Visible Calculator. It was the first spreadsheet computer program for personal computers, released for Apple II by VisiCorp company. Daniel Bricklin and Bob Frankston together made this software. So this was Apple II computer, Apple II PC, and this was IBM PC. So it was first, this software VisiCalc was first released for Apple II in 1979, and after 2 years it was also released for IBM PC, and that time the company was named VisiCorp. It was so popular that even those people who were having computers, either Apple computers or Macintosh computers or IBM computers, they also bought one new computer only for using this software. So it was that killer software. So this software spreadsheet is very important. Nowadays it has come with so many more features. So now we are going to study our main topics. 3.2, Formatting data. The general arrangement of data is known as formatting. The arrangement of text or numbers, either making them bold, changing the color of the text, these are known as formatting. It is the formatting that makes your worksheet presentable. So if you want to make your worksheet look good, then you will go for formatting. While working in worksheets, sometimes you come across a situation wherein you have to present the worksheet data in an effective manner to convey the desired meaning. Suppose you have to color the cells having the values less than 33, means those students who have failed. So you have to present your worksheet data in effective manner so that it convey the desired meaning, that who has passed and who has failed. So this way, for this we will go for formatting. Formatting provides our worksheet a neater and more legible outlook. It looks great, very neat and clean, and it can emphasize any data also. Suppose you want to emphasize any data in a cell, you can change the color of the cell value, you can make it bold also, you can see I have emphasized this sentence here. So I have made this sentence italicized. So you can emphasize any data also. Next topic is formatting numbers. 3.2.1 formatting numbers. So here we are going to now study how we can format numbers and text. So our first topic is formatting numbers. Numbers are formatted to change their appearance only. It does not affect the actual cell value. So suppose here we have the number 25. So this number 25 can be used in calculation. But if I change the format of this number 25, then also it can be used in calculation. You can still use this number in calculation. So if you change the format of the number, you are just changing their appearance. It does not affect the actual value of the cell, means the number, the value used by calc to perform calculation. So still the calc will be able to perform calculation on your data. We are just changing the appearance of the number. The number will still be able for calculation, still be available for calculation. So we will see how to format numbers and time in calc. Now suppose here we have our number written here 25, and suppose I want to format this number. So I will select this cell. If you want to go for formatting multiple cells, you can select multiple cells also like this, or you can select one single cell also. We know that formatting is not going to change the actual value, it will just change the appearance of the number. Now we will click on format, then we will click on cells, and here we are, numbers. I will click on numbers tab, and from here number I can change the format of the number. Suppose right now the format is like this, I can go for a different format also. Suppose format like this. So we have changed the format. Okay. How to change the format of time also in calc? So again we will go to format, then cells, and you can see we can select time. So first of all let us give one time. Suppose time is 2:10. So this is the format of time that was previously selected, and now I am going to change the format of time. We'll click on format, then click on cells, and from here I can see that the time option has come. Time option is by default selected because we have selected time, and suppose you want to change the time format. I want to go for this format, so I will just click here and then click on OK. See, we have changed the format of time also. Okay. Now suppose I want to change the format of number to currency or percentage. So we can do this also. Suppose this is our number, I am going to format and then cells, and from here in number I am going for general basic numbering system, and I am going to check currency. So I am changing the number to currency format. In currency I can go for US dollar, or I can go for any other currency value. Suppose Indian rupees, INR. Okay. So just click on OK, and you can see we have got the formatting 25 rupees with the rupee symbol. Now still 25 will work as number and we can use it in calculation. Again format, then cells, and here currency, and instead of using the rupee symbol I am going to use dollar symbol, USD. USD, English, USA. Okay, and I am changing the number format, general. Okay, and then OK. You can see we have the number 25, and I am going to give the currency value here currency value in US dollar. It has got the value in dollar. So this was our first topic, how to format numbers and time in Calc. Our next topic is 3.2.2, formatting text. Okay, so this was number. You can see number is by default aligned to the right side and text is by default aligned to the left side. So now we are going to format text in a spreadsheet. So I will use any text. Suppose I have written this text and I want to format this text. For single cell I will just select the cell, and for multiple cells we will just select multiple cells or the range. So click here and then we will go for the formatting. So first of all we are going for aligning the text. For aligning the text we have two options. One is horizontal alignment and one is vertical alignment. Horizontally we have these values: default, left, right, center, justified, filled and indent. So one by one we are going to study first of all horizontal alignment, this one. Okay, so we have this text and then I will click on format, then cells and then alignment. Okay, we will click on alignment tab, and here in text alignment we have these options: default, left, center, right, justified and filled. Indent is not available right now. Indent will become available when I will click on left. You can see indent is now available. So first is, you can see default. Default aligns the number to the right and text to the left. You can see the numbers are aligned to the right side and text is aligned to the left. Okay, this is the default one. By default in spreadsheets, this is the default alignment. Default numbers are aligned to the right and text is aligned to the left side. Next is left. It aligns the contents of the cell to the left side. So if I will select left, it will align the content of the text to the left side. So it was previously left aligned, that is why no changes. You can not observe any change, no change is visible. But if we can go for numbers, you can see the numbers are right aligned. So if I will go for format and then cells, and here if I change the alignment to left, this will be visible. Click on OK and you can see the numbers are now left aligned. Now again I am going to format, and then from here I am going for the indent. You can see indent, indents from the left edge. Indent option will only come when you will select left. It will indent from the left edge of the cell by the amount that you enter. Okay, so I am going for the indent, suppose 10. Okay, so it will indent 10 instead of 3 here, it will come here. Okay, simple indent I am going, or 20. Then click on OK and you can see we have indented 20 points. 20 points. We can indent more also if we want. Format and then cells, and there here you can give a larger indent value. The cell, the value will go out of the cell. You can see it has gone out of the cell. So we will go for basic simple indent, not more than that. Suppose 10 or 20 is more than enough. Okay, next thing is right. It aligns the contents of the cell to the right side. Okay, so we have text here aligned to the left side, so I am going to align it to the right side. I will just click on format and then cells, and from here instead of left alignment I will go for right alignment. It will horizontally align the value to the right side. You can see this is now aligned to the right side. Center, horizontally centers the contents of the cell. it will make the contents of the cell be in the center. So this is our value. Again click on format and then click on cells, and from here we will select center and then OK. You can see our text is now in the center. Next is justified. It aligns the contents of the cell to the left and to the right, but basically it will align it to the left side. So suppose I am going for justified, it will align it to the left side. Justified and then OK. You can see it has aligned it to the left side. Next is filled. It repeats the cell contents again and again multiple times until the visible area of the cell is filled. It will fill the whole area of the cell. Okay. So here we have the value. I am going to format and then click on cells, and from here I am going to select filled. So it will fill this same value text again and again until the area of the cell is filled. You can see it has entered this same value again and again, text, 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 until the area of the cell was filled. If we will increase the area of the cell, you can see it will again fill the area of the cell. So it will fill the area of the cell. Next we are going to study is vertical alignment. The options are default, top, bottom, middle. Okay, so first of all let us increase the size of the cell so that we can easily understand it. Okay, instead of fill we can go for left here. You can see now our text is now left aligned, and now we are going for vertical alignment. So we have these options. Default is the default one. It aligns the cell contents to the bottom of the cell. It is same as bottom. So we'll click on format, then click on cells, and in vertical we are going for default. So default means it will remain in the bottom. You can see it is in the bottom. So this is our default, aligns the cell contents to the bottom of the cell. Next we are going for top. It aligns the contents of the cell to the upper edge of the cell, means at the top. Format, then cells, and from here we will select top, upper edge of the cell. You can see now our value is at the top or upper edge of the cell. Next is bottom. It is same as default. It aligns the contents of the cell to the lower edge of the cell. So click on format and then I will click on cells, and then I will click on vertically, then click on bottom. It will align the contents of the cell at the bottom. You can see the cell's contents are at the bottom side. Middle will vertically center the contents of the cell. The cell contents will now be in the middle. So I will click on format, then cells, and vertically I will go for middle, then OK. So it is in the middle vertically. And one more thing I can do is format cells, and horizontally also I can make it in the center. So it will come in the center of the text. Now it is vertically centered also, means in the middle, and horizontally centered also. Okay. So we have seen how to set alignment of the text either in single cell or multiple cell. We can go for alignment of single cell also or multiple cells also. For example, I am going for the alignment of multiple cells. All of these cells, okay. Click on format and then cells, and then alignment I am going for center. You can see all the numbers have been centered. So we will click on format and then we'll click on cells and we can do the formatting. Now one more thing is there, if text in a cell is not fitting and you want to display the text in multiple lines in the same cell, then we will go for wrap. Wrap will automatically change the line when the space in the cell is not available. It will automatically change the line. For example, see this, suppose I am writing selling price. Of product. You can see the space is not available and you can see it has gone out of the cell, but what I want is that it should move to the next line in the cell when the space is not enough. So the question is, if we want to, suppose we want to write selling price, selling in the first line and price in the second line, so we will go for wrap text. Text will wrap automatically in the cell. Now the question comes, how to enable the text to wrap automatically to the next line. Okay, how to enable the text to wrap automatically to the next line if the space is not available in the cell. So you can see the space is not available in the cell and I want the text to wrap automatically. So I will click on format, then I will click on cells, and here we will select wrap text automatically. It will automatically wrap the text to the next line if the space is not enough. Click OK and you can see selling price, the space was there, but after that the space was not there. So it automatically changed the line but inside the cell of product. So now of product is in the second line. So for that we will go for word wrap feature. Next is how to set text orientation of the cell contents. How can you set the text orientation, means degree value. How will it be oriented? Left to right, top to bottom, or any other degree. You can set the orientation of the cell contents. Suppose right now this is my cell content and I want to change the text orientation. I will click on format, then cells, and from here you can see the tab alignment and we have this option text orientation. I can click anywhere on this dial. Upper side it will be 15, 30 like this, okay, 45 like this. So I have changed the orientation. Okay, I can do this using this option also. I can change the angle from here also, or I can just click on the dial. Suppose I want to go for 45, so I have just clicked on 45 here, or I can change it from here also and then click on OK. You can see the text orientation is now 45 degree. Now the text is oriented to 45 degree. Next we are going to study is throw reference age. What is reference age? It gives the reference of the content from cells lower cell border, upper cell border, or in the center. So through reference age you can specify the cell age, cell border from which the text will be rotated. You can specify the cell age from which the text will be rotated. So we have three options here. Options to choose from are, first one, text extension from lower cell border. It will write the rotated text from bottom cell edge, and outward. So first we will select this. It will rotate the text from bottom cell edge and outward. We will see this. Click on format and then cells, and here you can see we have reference age. First we are going to see is text extension from lower cell border. This one is text extension from lower cell border. What does it do? It writes the rotated text from bottom cell edge outward. So I will select it. It is automatically selected. Bottom cell edge and then outward. You can see bottom cell edge and then outward. This one is default one. Next is text extension from upper cell border. From upper cell border. So format and then cells, and from here we can select text extension from upper cell border. What does it do? It writes the rotated text from top cell edge outward. Top cell edge and then outward. So let us see this. Top cell edge and then outward. Top cell edge and then outward. It is now arranged from top cell edge and it is now outward. Basically we do not go for these two options. Next is text extension inside cell. It writes the rotated text only within the cell. The rotated text will remain inside the cell. So I will just click on format and then click on cells, and from here I will select text extension inside cell, then click on OK. Now you can see the text extension is inside the cell. We basically go for this option. When we are going for reference age, we go for this option, text extension inside the cell. Now we have discussed this, how to select reference age of the rotated text. We have seen this, clicking on format, then cells, and then we will just click on this one or this one or this one. These are the three reference ages. We basically go for the center one, text extension inside cell. Okay. Now next topic is how to select font. Means font, different styles are there, font type are there. How to select size of the font, how can we increase or decrease the size of the font, and how can we change the typeface. We can make it bold also, italic also, bold plus italic, or underline also. So how can we do this? How can we make the text bold, italic, underline? How can we change the font type, or how can we change the size of the font? So this is our font, and we have to change the font type, size, and typeface, means style. Again click on format, then click on cells, and here we have the option font. Here we can change the font type. From Arial I can change it to Noto Sans, like this. I can change the typeface from regular to italic, or bold also, or bold plus italic. We can change the size from here. Suppose I want to go for 24. It is bigger than the previous size. So this way we can change the font type, font size, and one more thing, we are going to change the color also. Color of the font. We'll go to font effect, and from here instead of automatic we will select the color of the text, suppose red, and then OK. So we have seen how can we change font type, font size, and typeface, and we have seen how we can change the color of the text also in the cell. Next is changing font, means font type, size, style, alignment by directly using the formatting toolbar. This whole part, this one is known as formatting toolbar. These are formatting toolbar. Okay. So how can we format directly using the formatting toolbar? So first option is how to change font, font size, and color of text using formatting toolbar. So we will see how we can change the font type, how can we change the size of the font, and how can we change the color of text. Okay, so we have taken this text. We are going to change the font type. For font type, we will go here, font name, and from Arial, suppose I am going for Berlin Sans FB Demi. You can see we have changed the font type. Font size we can change from here also. You can see the font size. Okay, and for changing the color of the font, I will just click here, font color, and from here I can select any type of color. Suppose I want to go for this color, yellow green. So you can see I have changed the color of the text also using formatting toolbar. Next is how to make the text bold, italic or underlined using formatting toolbar. So this is our text and I want to make it bold, italic and underline using the formatting toolbar. For making it bold, I will just click here. It will make the text bold. For italicized version, I will click here italic, and for underline I will click here U. It will make the text underline also. So this way we can use the formatting toolbar. The shortcuts are Ctrl plus B for bold, Ctrl plus I for italic and Ctrl plus U for underline. Next is how to increase or decrease indent using formatting toolbar. We have seen how we can increase or decrease indent using the format tab. Left indentation we were changing. Now using formatting toolbar also we can do this. Suppose this is our number, this is our text, and I want to increase or decrease indent. This way I can decrease indent. You can see decrease indent. It is not working because we are already at the left aligned. We are already at the left side. Okay, we are already left aligned. So this will not work. But increase indent will work. You can see I have increased the indent, again increased. Now if I want to decrease the indent, I will click here, decrease indent, like this, and this one is the last one. Now it will not work. So this way we can decrease or increase indent using formatting toolbar. Next is how can we make the text centralized, left aligned or right aligned using formatting toolbar. Again we will come here, we have to change the alignment of the text. So right now you can see the text is left aligned. I can go for right aligned from here, align right. You can see it is now aligned right. I can go for center alignments, now it is aligned in the center, or I can go for left alignment. It is now aligned in the left side. If I will go for justified, it will also be aligned to the left. You can see justified here. It will also align it to the left side. So this way we can use the different alignment option: align left, align center, align right, or justified. Next is how can we change the background color of the cell, and how can we add borders to cell. Suppose I want to change the background color of this cell. So how can we do this using the formatting toolbar? So I will just come here, background color, select the color. Suppose I am going for the color yellow. Just you can see it has filled the background color to this cell. Okay, so it was given here how to change background color. So we have changed the background color. Next is how can we add borders to cell. Suppose I want to add border to these cells using the formatting toolbar. So I will just come here, click here. Here you can see no borders. This one is for left border, this one is for right border, this one is for both the left and right border, this one is for top border, this one is for bottom border, this one is for both top and bottom, and this one is for all sides. I will just click here, all sides, and you can see we have borders from all four sides. One more thing I can do, I can just click here and I can go for borders from everywhere. Just click here, you can see all the cells are having borders from every way, right, left, top and bottom. So this way we can add borders to the cells, or we can add border to a single cell also. Just click here and then we can just click here for the border, and you can see it has got the border. Next we are going to study 3.2.3 formatting date. How can we format date? Now dates come under number. Internally dates are maintained as numbers. So these dates option will come in numbers tab. Now the question comes, how to format dates in Calc? So first of all, let us write one date. Suppose I am writing the date 7/2/2021. So this is the date that I have inserted, and now I am going to format date. Click on format and then cells, and from here, because it is from the numbers option, so I will click on numbers, and you can see it is automatically selected as date. So here we can change the date. Suppose I don't like this one that I had inserted, I want to go for this one, so I can select this one also. Just click on OK. I will select the date. Suppose this one also I can select. So it has changed the date to this format. So format and then cells, and from here in numbers tab we can select the date, and from here we can select the format. Okay. Suppose the format that you are trying to get is not available, then you can create your own format. The shortcut for opening this dialog is Ctrl+1. Let us see this, Ctrl+1, and you can see we are in format cells. Okay, and here in date you can see this date. You can see the format here, MMM, then space, then D means date, then comma, then space again, and then YYYY for the year. Like this, I can also create my own format in this option, user defined. I can create my own user defined format. So I will just click here and I can add this format also if I want. Okay. Now for formatting we have different options. If you want to go for 2-digit day field, suppose day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you want to give the day in number, means 5 January, so 05 and then January. If you want to give day in number, means in digit, so you will go for DD. DD means 2-digit number, because we have days in 2 digits, 01, 02, 03, 12, 13, 14, 2 digit. That is why we usually go for DD. You can see from here also, you can see we have this option, most of DD. You can see DD is here. DD means numbers, means the day number in digit, 2 digit. So DD 31. So these are the numbers. Next thing, if you want to go for the month, so MM for 2-digit month, suppose 01 first month, 02 second month, 03 third month, then 9, then 10, then 11, then 12. So if you want to go for month in number, then you will go for MM. Months in number, then you will go for MM. Suppose months in number, here we have months in number, 12th month, then we will use MM. If you want to go for numbers, the month name, not for number, Then you can go for MMM. MM will give the month number in digit, but MMM will give a 3-letter abbreviation of the month. Suppose DEC for December, JAN for January. Okay, so MMM will give 3-digit, 3-letter abbreviation for month. You can see we have 3-letter abbreviation for month here, DEC, and you can see MMM is written. So if you want to go for 3-digit letter for a month, like DEC for December, JAN for January, JUL for July, then you will write MMM. If you want to go for the name of the full month, January, JANUARY, so we will go for MMMM. You can see we have the whole month name written here, so we have gone for MMMM. MMMM means, here you can also see this MMMM, it means I want the name of the whole month. Okay, now YY for 2-digit year. You can see, suppose I want to go for 2-digit year, you can see YY 99, or if you want for 4-digit year, means year in number in 4-digit, you will go for YYYY. You can see YYYY for 4-digit year. Suppose 2020, 2021. So if you will write YYYY, it will give you 2021, and if you will write only YY, it will give the last 2-digit, means 21 only, 22 only, 20 only. Okay, so we have seen this. Next, NN for 3-letter abbreviation of day of week. If you want to show day of week also, for example, in a small, here we have tried to give name of day of week, so you can see 3-digit, and for that I have used NN. FRI for Friday, and only 3 digits I am going to use, so I am just using NN. If you want to use the whole name of the day of the week, so we will go for NNNN. You can see here we have the whole day, Friday, so NNNN we have used. So these are the formatting method. If I want to have my own method, I can just use this, or I will just type, suppose DD for day I will type, and then YYYY I want the year, and for month, you know very well, we have MM. If I want to get the whole name of the full month, I will just go for MMMM, and like this, and just I will click on add, and it will get added. Okay, so this way we can create our own format also. Next topic is 3.2.4, hiding or unhiding data. So first is, how can we hide some rows in calc? Suppose we have this whole row and I want to hide this whole row in calc. I don't want this whole row to be visible, I want to hide it. Okay, so then I will click on format, then row, and then click on hide. The whole row will get hidden, it is only hidden. Okay, now next is, how can we unhide or show the hidden row in calc? So you can see this row was hidden, so I want to show this row. I will just click on format and then click on row, and then from here I will click on show. You can see this row is now shown. Likewise, we can hide a column also. Suppose I want to hide this column, so I will click on format and then I will click on column, and from here click on hide. The whole column will get hidden. Okay, again for making it visible, I will just click on format and then column and then show. It will unhide itself, means it will show. Okay, now one thing is there as note, when elements are hidden, they are neither visible or nor they are going to get printed when you will take a printout, but they can still be selected for copying if you select the elements around them. Suppose I have hidden this whole column. I just go to format, then column, and then hide. You can see this whole column is hidden, but if I will select these two, this column which is hidden will also get selected and copied. I will just select these two I have selected and then right click and then copy, and if I will paste it somewhere, suppose I am going to paste it here, just Ctrl plus V, you can see this was hidden but it also got copied and pasted. So if example, if column is hidden but the columns nearby are copied, this will also get copied. Okay, you can see it was hidden, it is still hidden, but it is now copied. Okay, now our next topic is 3.2.5 conditional formatting. Means formatting a particular cell or multiple cells based on a condition. If the condition is fulfilled, if the condition is true, then only the formatting will get applied. Using conditional formatting, you can format a specific cell or row or column only based on a certain condition. If the condition is true, then the formatting will be applied, otherwise the formatting will not be applied. Now the question comes, how to format cells based on a certain condition. Suppose I want to format these cells. I will select these cells, okay, and I am going for conditional formatting. So I will click on format, then click on conditional formatting. Here we have conditional formatting, and here we have the condition number 1. Now the condition I am giving is cell value is, other thing is also there, but we have the value only, that's I am going for cell value. Cell value is, I am going for greater than or equal to. If the cell value is greater than or equal to 29,000, okay, then cell style will be default, and I want to go for a new style. I want to change the background color. I'll click on background and then click on any color, and then I will click on OK. So I have selected new style, I have changed the color, and then I will click on OK. This cell which is having the value greater than or equal to 29,000 will get this color, and you can see these cells which are having the value greater than or equal to 29,000 are now in yellow color. This way we can give conditional formatting. Next topic is 3.3 sorting data. Sorting means arranging. So if you have numbers, then you can arrange the numbers in ascending or descending order, or if you have text, you can arrange the text based on the alphabets, first alphabet. So sorting of data means arranging data in a particular order, that is either ascending order or descending order for numeric values for numbers, or alphabetical orders for text values. Sorting makes data more effective to analyze. So in Calc you can sort up to 3 criteria, with each criteria applied one after the other. Suppose you have selected 3 criteria. First you have selected based on number, then you have selected based on alphabet or any other thing. So first one will get applied first, then second one, and then third one. Let us see this. How to sort or arrange data in Calc. Suppose we have this data, this whole data we are having. First we will select this data, and now I want to sort or arrange this data. I will click on data, then click on sort, and here we have three condition options: sort by, first one, then by, then by. So first I am going to sort by name. Okay, so you will arrange all of these with name. So I have selected name. So first we will have Annie, or then Apollo, like this. All of these will get arranged. Then I want to arrange by, suppose, department, and then I want to arrange by salary. But you can see one thing, Rohan is attached with HR. So if this will get changed, this will automatically get changed, and next time when I will just use this department to arrange, this will not work, because Rohan is actually with HR, so it is not going to arrange these in the form of alphabets. Okay, it is not going to get arranged because it is already attached. Here also in salary, the numbers will not get arranged in ascending order, because they are connected. They are connected with Rohan. So wherever Rohan will go, they will go with it. So these two options are not going to work actually. Only this one, name, will work. Let us see this. You can see Annie is the first one, then we have Apollo, but you can see here these have not arranged. Sales is here also, purchase is here also. Here also we don't have the numbers in ascending order, 26,000, then 30, then again 26, because the first one will only work. Others will not work. You can see Rohan was at the first, he is now here, so they have arranged. Serial number is also got arranged. Okay, so this way we can arrange, but only the first condition is followed, other conditions are not followed. Suppose I want to arrange these according to serial number. Okay, now I want to arrange them according to serial number. Then go to data and then sort, and then here I will go for serial number. Again we will have the data with serial number, same data again, first Rohan, second Kamal, like this. We have arranged the data in ascending order, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. Next is, how can we perform case sensitive sort? If you want to sort according to case, means upper case as different, lower case as different, so we can go for case sensitive sorting. Select the cells to be sorted or arranged, you can see, and then click on data and then click on sort, and from here in options you can go for this option, case sensitive sort. Click here and it will sort according to the case. Next is, how to perform column wise sorting, left to right. Right now we have seen the default sorting, and default sorting was what? Row wise, first this row, then this row, then this row, like this. But we want to go for next column wise sorting, means left to right. So first of all let us take one value. Suppose I want to get these values. Okay, I will just copy it, and now I want to go for which type of sorting? Column wise sorting. So I will first arrange it column wise. So I will click here and then I will go to edit and then paste, but instead of paste I will go to paste special, and here you can see I want to arrange this like this: Rohan, then Kamal, then Nevan, then Annie, like this. So I will go for transpose, then click on OK. You can see instead of getting copied row wise, they have copied column wise. Okay, now I want to arrange it. So select the cells that you want to arrange and then click on data and then sort, and here in options instead of going for rows I will go for columns, left to right. This was the option now. How to perform column wise sorting, left to right. You can see that will click on OK. It didn't got sorted because there was a mistake from my side. I have not given the sorting value. sorting condition. So I am giving one condition name, I am copying from here and then I am just pasting it here. I will select all of these. Okay, then I will go to data and then sort, and here I have to give sort condition. So sort by name in ascending order and then option and then left to right. Okay, then okay. Again see this, we have selected all of these, now okay, then go to data and then sort, and from here we will click on name in ascending order. I want options, I want to go for left to right and then click on OK. You can see this data got arranged: Annie, then Apola, then Gurkirat, then Ibrahim, then Kamal, then Nivan. So we have completed the topic.